LDBC? This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show live. Okay, folks. Man. Invicta. They're going to have an inaugural women's 145-pound championship, okay, against Megan Anderson versus Charmaine Not So Sweet Tweet. Now, oh, buddy. Woof, man. I know some of y'all are thinking, what about Cyborg? Well, you know, I think Invicta, they're not going to play the waiting game for Cyborg. They're just not going to do it, okay? They want to get this thing up and running. They want to get it popping. And they don't know if Cyborg going to be banned from the UFC for 12 months. Because if she is, then she can just get right in there and possibly fight for that championship. But Invicta don't want to, wait around to play the waiting game to see what Cyborg is going to be able to do. So, Megan Anderson versus Charmaine Tweet. I'm going to tell you, Megan Anderson going to get in there and destroy Charmaine. But you guys know, and I'm sorry, this is not to put Charmaine down. Charmaine had, and I say had, a good career. You know what? This woman 39. And you know what? She looked like she 45. I mean, that's because of the wars that Charmaine Tweet has had in that octagon. I mean, she has. This woman has had a lot of wars. I mean, her face has been busted up multiple times. And, yeah, it is probably time for Charmaine to, actually think about, hey, let's hang it up. Because she's about to be 40 soon. This woman going to be 40 soon. And you're 40 years old and you're in the octagon. That's not good, okay? Sometimes you got to slow down. And the matchup I want to see, this is the matchup that's going to be the most competitive. This matchup right here. This matchup. Megan Anderson versus Cris Cyborg. I'm going to tell you something. This will be a good matchup. Now, do I think Megan Anderson can beat Cyborg? No. But I do think if it's a 5-round, if this is a 5-round fight, I think Megan Anderson can last from 2 to 3 rounds, okay? And that's big if you're fighting Cyborg. I think Megan Anderson got the durability to deal with Cyborg, for at least 3 rounds. I think she do. And, I think Megan Anderson does have a puncher's chance. I mean, she's an up-and-coming talent, man. Megan Anderson really has shown me a lot in the striking department. Her kicks have gotten substantially better over her fights. She's got a chin. Her chin is not suspect. She's got a pretty durable chin. This girl can take an ass whooping, and this girl can give an ass whooping. And that's just how it is. If Invicta really, really wants to do something, this needs to be the fight right here. Okay, Cyborg versus Megan Anderson. It needs to be the fight. You got one durable girl who's hungry, up and coming, against this unstoppable force in Cyborg. It'll be a good fight. But now, do I think Invicta is going to play the same games that the UFC will? No, I actually think Invicta will try to push this fight. I just think Cyborg was just stupid, man. She didn't tell these people, Cyborg wouldn't have her problems in the UFC if she just would have been very proactive, okay? I still think with the UFC and what they're doing to Cyborg, I think that is completely asinine. I think it is because I think that they're really trying to discourage this woman. And people will say, well, why would the UFC sign Cyborg if they want to, discourage her? Well, because, the intent with Cyborg was to capture the dollars off of the Brazilian market. That was the intent. And if you have Cyborg fighting on your Brazilian cards, you're going to make money. Because people in Brazil, they know who Cyborg is. They're going to come see Cyborg. And Cyborg is going to make a lot of money. So, see, at the end of the day, they still make a lot of money on Cris Cyborg. That's just how it is, okay? But, see, this is when the money doesn't look very good, okay? And I have to keep showing y'all this because you people, you need to understand why I say the things I say about the UFC and Cris Cyborg. Just take a look. Every chance I get, I'm going to put this wall of destruction in y'all face. And I'm going to say, hey, this is the wall of destruction. I put it right here in your face. What you going to do with it? Every chance I get, I'm going to put this wall of destruction right here in your face. And Charmaine Tweet is on this wall of destruction. Now, I ask you again, and I ask you guys again, because I'm going to keep beating you in the head with this until it rings home, until it resonates in you, that do you really think that the UFC want this to happen to some of their top stars? Could you imagine Cyborg doing this to some of the top stars in the UFC? Could you imagine? This is an example of money lost. You know, the UFC was probably licking their chops at the thought of signing Gina Carano. But that never happened. You know why that never happened? Because of one woman. This woman right here. Okay, this woman right here. This woman right here. Cris Cyborg. Okay? Whether you like it or don't like it, you sit down and look at it. This is the most dangerous person, the most dangerous woman in the world, in my opinion. Okay? Hand-to-hand combat, this is the most dangerous woman in the world. And I don't care what happens. I like Megan Anderson. I like Megan Anderson. I like the fire and excitement that she brings. And, you know, she's just a go-getter. She says what's on her mind. I like Megan Anderson. But she's going to go about 3 rounds with Cyborg if they ever fought. And Cyborg is going to brutalize her. Megan Anderson's going to put up a good fight. She's going to catch Cyborg with a lot of good strikes. She's going to catch Cyborg with some kicks. She's going to fight and hold her own for about 3 rounds. And then the punishment is going to happen. Cris Cyborg is going to commence. And she's going to do what Cyborg does best. She's going to overwhelm. She's going to out-volume punch. She's going to hit Megan Anderson with a lot of critical strikes. And if Invicta is smart, to be honest with you, your up-and-coming star that just signed a multi-year deal with you, it's probably not a good idea to put her in the octagon with Cyborg. It's just not. Cyborg is not a good business venture. It's just not, except for if you're selling to the Brazilian market. Other than that, nah, man. Because she'll take out one of your top stars, and what do you have? You got Cyborg, and you'll have a lot of people that won't want to fight her. It's unfortunate that she's that good. And I know people, oh, yeah, she's on steroids. Yeah, okay, yep, say whatever you want, okay? But the fact of the matter is, with or without steroids, Cyborg is brutalizing these girls. But, you know what, though? I hope that Cyborg will get a chance to defend her title. We don't know. We'll see. Because I'm still waiting to see what they're going to do to Cyborg. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. Subscribe.